Talking about magnets, these objects have indeed become inseparable from our daily lives, which now rely heavily on electronics. From cell phones, refrigerators, motorcycles, cars, to railway tracks, magnets are used to make them work. The term magnet comes from the Greek word Magnitis Lithos, meaning Magnesian stone. Magnesia itself is a place in ancient Greece that was rich in magnetic stones. From a scientific perspective, a magnet is an object that can emit a magnetic field within a certain radius. This magnetic field is invisible, but can be detected when a magnet attracts or repels another magnet. Magnets are categorized in various ways, one of which is by how they are made, including natural and man-made magnets. Today, we'll take a peek into the world of man-made magnet industries. In their production, magnets are also divided based on the strength they possess. First, there are permanent magnets, which have a consistent tendency and are durable. These magnets usually come from hard ferromagnetic materials or materials that are difficult to magnetize, like neodymium. Second, there are temporary magnets whose capabilities do not last long and are not very strong. Temporary magnets typically come from soft, ferromagnetic materials or materials that are easily magnetized, like iron. From this, we understand that things that are difficult to obtain may be more valuable than those that are easily obtained. The first step in the production process is making the mold. Magnets made from hot metal materials require strong molds. The first thing to do is to insert the mold shape into a press machine. In this machine, the mold is filled with sand and then pressed with high force. The result of the mold will look as follows. In fact, there are other mold shapes made in the magnet factory according to customer requests. After the mold is finished, the next step is to prepare the raw materials for making the magnet. Various metals are prepared as raw materials, including bronze, cobalt, nickel, aluminum, and aluminium. These metals are then poured into a furnace with a temperature reaching 1650 degrees Celsius. Of course, this temperature is super-duper dangerous for humans, so workers must wear safety clothing, especially when stirring the raw materials. This enthusiastic dive into the world of magnets showcases their indispensable role in modern technology and the intricate processes behind their creation, blending ancient origins with cutting-edge industrial techniques. Once the metal is molten enough, it's poured into the molds. The intense heat generated is truly formidable, even capable of scorching the molds themselves. To separate the newly formed metal rods from their molds, workers typically use a gigantic hammer to knock them loose. After the cast metal has cooled, it's time to imbue it with magnetic power. The process is quite simple with the right equipment at hand. The metal is placed between two poles that designate its north and south poles. By applying an excessive electrical voltage through the device onto the metal surface, the metal instantly acquires magnetic strength. Before these magnets are marketed and transformed into various products, the final step they undergo is quality control. A high-quality magnet is defined by its strong magnetic field and longevity. Once it passes the quality control phase, the magnet is ready to be sold. Upon leaving the factory, these magnets are integrated into a myriad of everyday devices, from cell phones to electric cars, all dependent on high-quality magnets. Hence, it's understandable why the magnet market is immensely valuable, estimated at around 34.7 billion USD, or approximately 519 trillion IDR. Such a lucrative market can significantly enrich a country if it manages to monopolize it. Speaking of market monopolies, China could potentially dominate the global magnet market, thanks in part to a unique metal with exceptional magnetic strength, neodymium. This rare metal is currently experiencing a surge in demand due to its compatibility with electronic devices, ranging from cell phones, headsets, laptops, computers, to electric cars like Tesla, and even gigantic wind turbines. By combining neodymium, iron, and boron, an extraordinary small-sized permanent magnet is created. That's why it's perfectly suited for compact technologies like smartphones and Bluetooth wireless devices. It's precisely because of its usefulness and advantages that neodymium magnets have reached an astonishing demand worth $11.3 billion USD. The frenzy over neodymium can also be observed from its price surge. In 2010, neodymium was priced at 50,000 USD per metric ton. However, everything changed within a year. By 2011, neodymium's price skyrocketed to 250,000 USD per metric ton, which is 5 times more expensive than the previous year. Given this massive market demand, China has become the largest supplier, contributing 80% of the world's neodymium supply. China's monopoly over neodymium is so significant that even a powerhouse like the United States, which often calls for boycotts on Chinese technology, has had to relent in order to secure neodymium. In 2018, neodymium became one of the exceptions in the US boycott actions against China, a classic case of can't live with them, can't live without them. Especially since the US faces challenges in opening neodymium mines due to unresolved mining waste issues, they find themselves reliant on China. With China's control over neodymium and the ever-increasing market demand, China could potentially wield more power than its rivals, such as Russia and the United States. The worst-case scenario for these countries would be China refusing to export neodymium to them. So that wraps up today's video. Besides exploring the magnet manufacturing process, we've uncovered the intriguing fact that China is currently riding high in the magnet industry. See you next video.